He's telling us good game. I'm not so sure. We have a didn't say please that says otherwise. Let's give him a hello, good game. We invented that, not him. Ring Mystic, that's fine. Let's just go ahead and bounce that back to his hand. And see you later. Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for taking the time to check out Hello Good Game. If this is your first time finding us, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel for your chance to win up to 500,000 gems. Today we are playing the standard Shakeup event, and we are playing Dimir Control. Now I've seen this list floating around the internet, but we made some crucial changes that I think made the deck a lot better, and we went 5-0 in this challenge, so definitely this is the deck for you guys. I recommend this 100%. And you're going to see in today's footage just how powerful it is. So let's get into the deck and break it down. As far as 1-drops go, we have Merfolk Secret Keeper, Venture Deeper. Target player puts top 4 cards of their library into the graveyard, and then the Secret Keeper is a 0/4, just a nice defender, right? Overwhelmed Apprentice. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent puts the top 2 cards of their library into the graveyard, then you scry 2. So this is really great because a lot of our game plan here relies on having 7 cards of the opponent's in his graveyard, right? So we have a Witching Well as well. This is our one of when Witching Well enters the battlefield, scry 2. Then you can pay for, sacrifice it, draw 2 cards. So a little bit of a later game draw engine if we need just that little bit of extra juice to get us going. Vantress Gargoyle is our main focus of the deck. Flying, 5/4, only cost 2. This card's broken. Why was it not on the ban list, right? Vantress Gargoyle can't attack unless defending player has 7 or more cards in their graveyard. Vantress Gargoyle can't block unless you have 4 or more cards in your hand. Then you can tap them. Each player puts the top card of their library into their graveyard. And now this is the big brain move of the deck. Colossus Dismissal. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Amass 1 for 2. Brazen Borrower is on the ban list, so we have no bounce for 2. And we can't counter for 2 with Drowned in the Loch because on turn 2 he won't have any cards in his graveyard yet, especially if he plays first. So Colossus Dismissal allows us to bounce his 3 play when we're still at 2, and then we're going to have that counter available because now we're on turn 3, he's on turn 4, we can counter and then start the game from there. So Colossus Dismissal is the golden gem of this deck. Make sure you include it. Drowned in the Loch is another one of our nukes. Choose one. Counter target spell with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of cards in your graveyard. Destroy target creature with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of cards in its controller's graveyard. So you can counter or destroy depending on how many cards they have in your graveyard. That's why we always like to ramp into 7, because then Vantress Gargoyle can attack, and Drown in the Loch basically counters and destroys everything in the game. We have a couple more cherries on the cake. Didn't Say Please ×4 for a 3-drop, and then Thought Collapse. Essentially, these are the same card. Counter target spell, its controller puts the top 3 cards of their library into the graveyard. We also have Cry of the Carnarium. All creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. Exile all creature cards in graveyards that were put there from the battlefield. This turn, creature card would die, exile it instead. So this is really great against the Is It Phoenix decks, right? If you can scoop those Arclights out, that's awesome. Bond of Insight for 4. Each player puts the top 4 cards of their library into the graveyard. Return up to 2 instances and sorcery spells from your graveyard to your hand, and then exile Bond of Insight. So that's really great to grab our Drowned in the Lochs back, right? And then Ritual of Suit, destroy all target creatures with converted mana cost 3 or less. And then finally, Enter the God Eternal. Enter the God Eternal deals 4 damage to target creature, and you gain life equal to the damage dealt this way. Target player puts the top 4 cards of their library into the graveyard and amass 4. So this is quite extensive. This is a lot of value in one card, right? Dealing 4 damage to target creature, that's getting it off the field, especially if it's a big creature, because we don't have a lot of big removal other than Drown in the Loch, unless it is a 3-cost card, but then again, probably not. And then having him put the 4 cards in his library, or from his library to his graveyard, is going to help that much more, and then amass 4 is going to give us a body on the field. So that's really, really good. We also have Lochmere Serpent if our Vantress Gargoyle and Enter God Eternal's amass tokens can't get it done. It has flash, it's a 7/7. You can pay an island, sacrifice an island. Lochmere Serpent can't be blocked this turn, so you'd sacrifice the island that you just tap to pay for it. And then one swamp, sacrifice a swamp, you gain 1 life and draw 1 card. And then you can pay a swamp and an island, and then exile 5 target cards from an opponent's graveyard. Return the Serpent from the graveyard to your hand. Activate this ability only time you can cast an instant or sorcery spell. Or sorry, just sorcery. So the only thing you really need to watch out for here is your opponent's graveyard total. You need to make sure when you're exiling cards from his graveyard that he's still going to have 7 in his graveyard when you go to attack, right? That's really important. We also have Into the Story. This spell costs 3 less to cast if an opponent has 7 or more cards in their graveyard, and then draw 4 cards. So that's super great to refill our hand. That's going to allow our Vantress Gargoyle to block and defend again because we're restocking our hand with 4 cards. As far as land goes, we have a Castle Vantress. We have our Dismissal Blackwaters ×4, Watery Grave ×4, and Blast Zone ×2. I know my big old dumb head's in the way there. But we're not rocking Guild Gates. I've seen a couple other lists had the Guild Gates in that. Don't do that. That's going to slow you down too much, you guys. You need to hit these counters on turn 3 and turn 4 at the very latest. So, with that all being said, I hope you enjoyed today's deck breakdown of the standard Shakeup challenge. Make sure to watch this video. I think you'll really enjoy it and learn a lot about playing Dimir Control. And be sure to check us out every morning, 6 a.m. PST on Twitch. And then you can sub there. If you're Tier 1 sub, you're going to be entered to win a Samsung Chromebook. And then again, subscribe to the YouTube channel for your chance to win up to 500,000 gems. Go ahead and watch the gem giveaway playlist if you want to learn more about that. Okay, you guys, that's my bit for the day. Enjoy today's footage, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Peace. Alright, so let's see how well we can do with Dimir Control / Gargoyles. Did anybody watch that anime show Gargoyles back in the day, growing up? I know I definitely did. So this is kind of what that reminds me of. Start out nice and slow. Adjust my volume here. Get that swamp in. Get that gargoyle in action. Excuse me. An immediate prison realm. Fine. Castle Vantress is now an option for us. And we're basically going to hold the phone here, let our opponent go. And we do have 2 counters back to back while we ramp. We're going to pass again here. I'm not sure what our opponent's doing. It's kind of cracking us up a little bit. But nonetheless, we can play our Vantress Gargoyle. Now still hold up a Thought Collapse. And the main idea, get the Gargoyle out, do some countering, get 7 cards in his graveyard, and then just heal him dead. Alright, let's see how we make out. 5 wins is a little bit steep, but I think we should be able to do it quite quickly. Deck, hopefully. Seen some people flirted with mono red, but I'm not sure it's got the power. Anything, you should be using the mono white deck that we showcased. Gargoyle. We need another island for our counters. If he doesn't drop at 2, he's in rough shape. We can pass. We're ready to counter. We can build into a field wipe if we want. I think we just counter and then attack down with our Gargoyle. Right? Fine. That as well. 5 already. Basically ending our turn here, waiting for the counter. Then we can start attacking. We have Ritual of Suit as a emergency plan if things are really weird for us. Again, we're just going to toss that out along with 3 cards into his graveyard. We can't defend though now. He does not know this. So that's fine. He's not attacking. He's just buffing his guy up. So let's a little bit further. Down to 10. Bump this to his hand. Sorcery, so we're doing it main phase. And we are able to attack now. Our opponent is dead in 4 turns. Unless we see some sort of rebuttal. Again, we can counter anything he does here. We're not gonna touch Mystical Forge. Right? He's just paying life. Listen. Turn. That hit in. Play the land and turn. We can counter again, right? He needs to double drop. One of them needs to be a flyer for sure. Not, we're looking at quick 2-0 in a standard shake-up event. So he's used all his mana, which is absolutely perfect. Let's go ahead and counter that. Good game and goodbye. Okay, let's see if we can get our 3rd win. The first 2 came very easy. Again, really nice turn 1, really nice turn 2. Overwhelmed Apprentice is going to set us up while milling him. Getting rid of a Mayhem Devil is very good. Let's toss this land, though. Well, no. Let's keep the land on top, actually. We're going to play that next turn. Our opponent's taking it slow, so we can totally cur with that. Start setting the pace now with our Colossus Dismissal. Gargoyles on the field for turn 3. No counters in hand yet, but we can bounce. That's a great target. Set him back a turn. He's got 3 in his graveyard now. So when he casts his Mayhem Devil on turn 3, we're able to counter it with Drown in the Loch. And that should be enough to get him to scoop. See what he does, how he reacts. I'm tempted to give him a hello, good game, but sometimes it gets us, right? We don't want to poke the bear too hard. Maybe try to get a better chokehold on him, but no, we get it. 3-0. Now these have been some of the easiest matches we've ever won. I'm thinking that maybe people weren't really prepared for this. They didn't really bring set deck list, or maybe just like building whatever feels fun. Which, I mean, yes, definitely do that. But at the same time, really need to balance that with a competitive edge and go for those couple tank cards. Like in this deck, we have Drown in the Loch and our Vantress Gargoyle that are just absolutely broken, which is really cool. You're just going first and foremost for those cards, basically always, right? We're going to pay life. We're going to have him self-mill. Right, we get 2 cards into the bottom. We're going to keep a Cry, and we're going to keep a Blast Zone. Well, actually, we're going to toss Blast Zone and keep Cry. Sadly, it is what it is. Counters available for next turn. Being fungible, so let's say hello. Yeah, I like the Electromancer. He does damage throughout the whole game. He makes things a lot cheaper, right? But he's quite good. And now we'll probably just chill and activate our Cry of the Carnarium. Once we get the land, let him stack up. We just don't want his spells to be that much cheaper, right? He can kill that. That's totally fine. Not a damage game for us, really. And we do now activate our Cry of the Carnarium. We're straight chilling. He's playing Is It Phoenixes. That works quite well. We're actually going to go ahead and counter this just because it's over 3. Another island for Didn't Say Please. Val's Outburst goes straight into the cannon. It was a main phase Rawl's Outburst as well. We get our land for our life. Cry of the Carnarium still live. These Dreadnoughts, which we don't really care about at this point. We're going to leave it for 1 turn, right? See what else he plays on top of it. We're going to let that stack up as well. Chemist's Insight for the draw. To be honest, I may as well counter it. He gets another Chemist's Insight and a Radical Idea. Pretty cool. Spots our Ritual of Soot out now. He wants to cast those cards, he's going to have to discard from his hand. I would have done with that land, but on him. Crackling Drake, that's tough. Where's our Lochmere Serpent? Eat it. Bond of Insight. You're taking 2 drown in the locks. Thank you. So he gets 1 good crack at us with his Drake. Get it? A crack at us. Murmuring Mystic, quite cool. Interesting. Let's toss out our Gargoyle. And then we're straight chilling. Remove his Crackling Drake instant speed. Or counter something else that he has. And defend his Drake, right? Probably just gonna let that through. Honestly. Guild Mage will let through. What we should have done is withheld our Gargoyle in our hand and not attacked with it. And then we could have, yeah, that up a bit. Rose's Drake. Murmuring Mystic goes down. We take 1 damage. Onto 4. Hit him. Cast our Cry. Keep our Gargoyle alive. have a Drown in the Loch to counter whatever he does this turn. We're not sitting at too bad of a position. Emissary's Insight's not the problem, it's what he draws that's the problem. Ring Mystic, obviously, counter that. He's telling us good game. I'm not so sure. We have a didn't say please that says otherwise. Let's give him a hello, good game. We invented that, not him. Ring Mystic, that's fine. Let's just go ahead and bounce that back to his hand. And see you later. 4-0, you guys. This deck is disgusting. So if this is the new standard metagame, I'm all in. Like I mentioned previously, though, I think that things are a little misaligned and people are just trying wacky things that have absolutely no right being in standard. With that being said, I appreciate it, and we just blazed through this event. 20 minutes, half an hour, and we're in and out, which is really, really cool, because I hate to get held up on these things. We're going to go slow. It is what it is. We do have our second island for our Loch collapse, which is really cool. This can come in tapped, and our well can come out now. Land can stay. Overwhelmed Apprentice can go for now. What good is an Overwhelmed Apprentice without a Gargoyle, right? More important than we get to that Gargoyle. We're chilling. We're live for Countertown. Right? That's our first coming in this afternoon. We're going to go to the mail, check it out. I'm going to make sure to get some pictures of me grabbing it out of the post office there for you guys. And we're giving that away to our Tier 1 subscribers on Twitch. And then you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel for a chance to win up to 500,000 gems. So plenty of giveaways. And then also maybe one more call to action. Join the Discord because we have monthly Brawl tournaments there. It is the last weekend of every month that we hold a Brawl tournament. And normally we give away a Mastery Pass to the winner of that. So with that all being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'm really looking forward to playing Magic with you guys in the new year. See you all tomorrow.